Hello, I'm probably riding my bike. I'm on a mission today. I want to find a vintage mountain bike that I saw a few weeks ago. Actually, I have 3 missions. Find the vintage mountain bike, eat some cold noodles, and drink too much coffee. I'm heading over to Dongmyo market, which is like a flea market that basically sells everything. Anything you can think of, it's got it. I don't know how long this market's been going for, but it's definitely got a lot of history, I think. In this older area of central Seoul, I'm always amazed that you just have streets all selling the same thing. This is all kitchen paraphernalia and goods. And here I am at Cheonggyecheon, a Dongmyo market. Antiques, food, gold, watches, clothes, sells everything. I came a few weeks ago with my wife and I saw this really cool mountain bike in one shop, but it was so busy at that time, too intense for me to stop and properly look at it. So I'm on the hunt for that bike today. Dongmyo market is quite a maze and disorienting, so it's a struggle to find the shop I'm looking for. This one has bags and guitars, in case you want to be that guy at the campsite. In the middle of the busy market is this temple. The market's not so busy today because I came super early. It gets really intense after about 10 a.m. And this temple is a bit of peace and tranquility in the middle of the hustle and bustle. There's enough peace and tranquility though. Let's go looking for that bike. I'm not even sure it's a bike I will even want to buy. I just want to have a look at it. It's a model I've never seen in Korea before, and I think it might have some nice parts which would be worthy just buying the bike for. Getting lost in the maze through all the old electronics goods and some sweet music shops. I found this pretty cool looking bike shop, but unfortunately the parts and bikes didn't match its signage. There's only one shirt worth buying here. I feel like I'm getting closer to where I need to be. Oh, but no, not this. Here's another bike shop, still not the right one. I recognise this alleyway from last time, and it's just around the corner. I think I found it. Confusingly, the sign is for belts and wallets. I guess it's been repurposed as a bike shop. Tons of bikes, some old 90s road bikes, and this was the one I was looking for. The Klein 90s aluminium mountain bike. XTR, full XTR group set. The group set looks in pretty nice condition, but the frame looked a little worse for wear. And I had these ridiculous wheels and tyres on it. I don't know who thought of that. I think it was a trend with older guys to shred on the Han River with their nice mountain bikes. But even the hubs looked really nice, and the original levers. The price wasn't too bad. I think it was fairly reasonable for all the parts it had. But I didn't go for it. But it might just keep in the back of my mind, and maybe I'll go back to pick it up. I still had the whole day ahead of me and I didn't want to be lugging around 2 bikes. Maybe I'll go back today, who knows. It's time for coffee. All that searching for bikes made me a bit sleepy. I need something to wake me up. I love riding through all these little alleyways, looking at all the bikes and the different shops. Still amazing, all these businesses running this little ecosystem. Here's the cafe, Hell Cafe Music. There's a Hell Cafe near my house, which I've been to a couple of times. This one is their music version. It's got this amazing sound system, and they're playing Mozart Requiem in D major, which was quite an intense start to the day. I ordered a classic cappuccino. They do this weird thing at Hell Cafe, both of them, where they pour it in front of you and then tell you to drink it straight away. It's more like a order rather than a suggestion. It feels kind of confrontational, that maybe they just hate you taking a picture of their latte art. But the main reason I came to this area was to go to Udaeok for some Pyongyang naengmyeon, some cold noodles, North Korean style. Udaeok is one of the oldest restaurants in Korea, I think. It feels almost like a church. The church of cold noodles, praising the gods of the Clean Bowl Club and ready for the service. I met up with my wife for a couple of bowls of delicious naengmyeon. I think this is my favourite naengmyeon, and this is probably one of the top 5 dishes in Korea. Really complex cold beef broth with some braised beef, pickled relish, Korean pear, and some pickled cabbage. The broth is insane, and the noodles are a little bit chewy. And of course, Clean Bowl Club. Nice to wash it down with some of the hot water from the noodles when they cook them. Incredible meal. I was tempted by an ice cream for dessert, but I think there were some other things I was going to eat later in the day. And scouting out some badge shops to make some Clean Bowl Club badges. And check out this custom saddle. Back to riding around Seoul by myself. I've accomplished my 3 goals of finding the vintage mountain bike, drinking some coffee, and eating a delicious bowl of cold noodles. But actually, one of them was drinking too much coffee, which I haven't done yet. And I'm still feeling a little peckish, so I'm going for some Korean toast, which consists of a cabbage and veggie omelette with some white bread, some sugar and ketchup. To an Englishman, sugar is a travesty on toast, but this just works. And I feel like in Korea, most of the food served in a cup is some of the best food you can get. Absolutely demolished that toast for a clean cup club. Now it's time for an aimless ride around the city while I decide where to get my next cup of coffee.
Cut the strings and float away. Float away. Float away. Float And I got a friend inside who wants to get real high. And every time I'm reminded of the reason.
An aimless and perambulating ride around the city. Sometimes they're the most fun ones. I took a little rest in this park because I still wasn't sure where I was really heading. And I came up with an idea to head to my friend Baptiste's cafe again. You saw in one of my earlier videos, and I haven't been, I don't think, since then. So it's about time I went to visit again. Cycling past the Blue House, the former president's residence, and around Sochon. I listen to a podcast in one ear when I'm running around sometimes, not in both, don't worry. And I bumped into someone with a Velo Orange Polyvalent who happened to follow me. Nowadays, when I see these kind of bikes, I wonder, do they recognize me from my YouTube? And it's not me and my ego. I think it just shows how small this bike community is. And it's not a ride through Gwanghwamun without some kind of protest. These guys are really going for it. That was pretty intense, and they had taken my bike lane away too. So I'm back on this windy, kind of badly designed bike lane, but still better than being on the road. I realised on today's ride, I've gone past a lot of the older Korean buildings. It's been a pretty good ride. I think I'll do this loop again. Baptiste's Cafe Tuski is up in Hwamdong, which is a proper climb. And this sausage restaurant has been on my list for years. I still haven't gone, but I'm a big fan of cleanliness and kindness, so better go soon. Anyone want to come with me? Here the climbing begins. I actually really like riding up hills on my bikes. And they're nice kind of windy roads on the top of Hwamdong. Too many big cars though. It's getting later in the day, so it's getting a bit busier. But amazing views. I used to live up around this area quite a long time ago. I always enjoyed walking around, taking in the views. Even at night, especially at night time actually. In the day they're just as good. So here we are in Haebangchon and at Tuski Cafe. And here's the biggest Hwam lover, Baptiste. It's just opened, so I got to sample the espresso that he was dialing in with his fancy new grinder which weighs the coffee. The espresso was pretty dialed. I think he just did it slightly finer for the next. And I ordered an affogato for something sweet. We sat outside and watched people go by. And Baptiste offered me another coffee, a café allonge. It was a nice size, good balance of ice, espresso and water. And check, I've had too much coffee. So all three aims done. And I even got some superfluous rack use in too. When in Haebangchon, there's a restaurant I really like to go to. So let's descend down. Would have been a really fun descent if it wasn't for all these cars. Excuse my French, but sometimes they just really me off. Just too big, too many on these tiny roads. But I'm going to go to Casablanca Sandwich, one of the best sandwiches in Seoul. When I lived down the road from here, me and my housemates used to go and take turns in ordering them. They opened up for the first time around that time, and they're still going strong. About 13, 14, 15 years later. Really glorious sandwich. And it's been another stunning and glorious June day. It's getting much hotter. It was in the high 20s today. And the humidity is surely going to begin soon. But I'll still be on my bike every day. I hope you've enjoyed joining me on this ride. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more. See you later.